Okay, so getting your PPN is a little bit complicated because you don't really have a users area on the IFA website where you could manage all your numbers and the stuff that you bought there. But instead, all of the communication happens via email. So that means that in order to get your number, you basically send them a bunch of signed documents and they will send you back the number that you ordered. And all of the communication, also if you want to change some data, happens via email. Okay. And how do we set up a user's account? For that, we go to the IFA website, switch to English again. And here at IFA for suppliers, you can go to new customers. And if you scroll down, here you can download a step-by-step guide for medical devices, what you have to do. We can quickly do that. And here you have basically all of those steps. There are 7 steps. And then in the end, you send everything to this email address. But let's go back here. So first of all, there's this supplier contract. And this is a document that you can just read, but you don't have to sign it directly. Instead, you sign this onboarding application for conclusion. It looks like this. There you enter all your details. And here it basically says that you accept the terms from the contract. And then here you sign it. They specifically require you to print this out, sign this physically, and then scan it and send it via email. I don't know why they say this so explicitly. So apparently you cannot just put an electronic signature there. Don't ask me for the reasons. Okay, so you have now printed out this thing, signed it, and scanned it. And then you also need the IFA Auftragstabelle D supplier address data. Let's close those. Okay, so if you download this, you will get an Excel sheet. And this is what the Excel sheet looks like. Unfortunately, this is all in German because IFA doesn't have English versions of their forms. But I will try to explain to you the most important parts of this one. So the first row asks you whether you already have a customer number, which you obviously don't have yet, so you leave it blank. The second one asks you whether you're a new customer. This is yes, or in German, ja. And the third question is asking you whether you're a medical device manufacturer and whether you just need the numbers for your UDI, which is also a yes. The question here would be, when would it be a no? It would be a no when you would use the IFA numbers also for the publication of information to the public pharmacies in Germany. So if you want to sell your medical devices in public pharmacies, then you also need the numbers to publish information there. And then this question would be no. But if you just need the IFA numbers for generating your UDIs, then this is a yes. Next row is whether you want to change address, want to change company details. Row 9 is asking you when you want to first publish your first number. Yeah, so if you want to launch next month, I would put next month here, but it says you can only put the first day of a month or the 15th day of a month here. Okay. Then the next 2 questions are more for manufacturers of actual drugs, because IFA is usually used for registering numbers for drugs. And this one asks you whether you have a manufacturing permit for that or you have a wholesale authorization for that. But if you're just a normal medical device, then this doesn't apply to you. All right. In this section, you enter your company address and other contact details. And then in this section, you enter the contact details of the person that will be in touch with IFA from your side. All right. And that's about it with Auftragstabelle D. And now coming back to this website, here you have the overview of what you then need to do. So you basically create an email and send it to IFA at ifaffm.de with the scanned and signed onboarding application for conclusion. Then with the Auftragstabelle D from Excel that I just showed you. And then you add your current trade register excerpt or business registration. So they need this to verify that you're a legitimate business. And this is the manufacturing authorization for the drugs that I just told you about, and the wholesaler authorization. You can disregard this if you just have a software medical device. All right. And then you send all of that to this email address, and then they will probably confirm to you that this registration was successful. And then you still need to order your PZN number. What you could do, though, is already include this order form in your first email. So instead of just registering your business, you can also add the order form for the PZN. You can find those if you click here, notification order documents. Here you have 4 options, either the pre-allocation, that means that you already get a PZN, but it is not published yet, or you just have a normal publication of product data and then you get your number right away. That's what we're going to do. Third option is changing product data or product deletion, not applicable for your first registration, obviously. And then the fourth one is first publication and change in address data. So that would be the case if you have a pre-allocated PZN that you then want to publish for the first time, but in the same moment you want to change your address data. So a very rare case. What we need is the second one. And here you again have a choice between a medicinal product or a medical device. There's actually a typo on this website, so this shouldn't be medicinal device, but medical device. And for that, you need this Auftragstabelle B3, which is another Excel sheet that you need to fill in order to order your PPN number.